Hey, welcome. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about dispersed camping. Now, there are quite a few videos out there about dispersed camping, and I've perused them myself because I wanted to see everybody's take on it. And what I was kind of looking for was, hey, what does your setup look like? What do you do when you're out in the woods? What works for you? What doesn't work for you? Um, this weekend was I planned with my nice van that I have, and unfortunately, I had a little bit of an issue and it kind of died on the way, so got it towed over to the mechanic. It does have a new engine, and we're still working out a few bugs. It is an older one, it's a 91. The one thing nice about it is I got a nice bed in there. I got plenty of room for the dogs. I've ordered this really cool solar generator, and I do have solar on it. I'm going to do a van tour of it. I plan to do it out here, but what we did was, you know what? It's 4th of July weekend. We did not want to ruin our weekend, so, the van's over at the shop, pulled down the Tacoma, filled up the Tacoma with pretty much everything. I've got a tent, and today I'm just going to kind of show you my messy campsite a little bit. One thing nice about dispersed camping, which I'll tell you the difference. If you want to disperse camp versus camping at an actual campground, and I've camped at plenty of campgrounds. So campgrounds are nice. You go to the campground, they have facilities, they oftentimes have showers, they've got trash, they got fire pits, they've got picnic tables. You can be crammed in. There's a lot of campgrounds are in great locations. There's a lot of campgrounds I like to go to because there's great access for the kayaking or fishing. But there is a cost involved anytime, and then the reservation system. Going through that, there's not a lot of first come, first serve where I live up in Washington. There's a few here and there. So getting, a nice spot or where you want to be, you got to reserve, especially due to COVID, which is coming to an end here soon. But what I've learned is last year I booked some nice sites down in Oregon that I wanted to go to along the beach, and they closed camping entirely. I couldn't book them. And then when they opened it back up, everything was gone for the rest of the year. I struggled. I, thought maybe I'd do a campground for 4th of July weekend, and I'm out like 2 months, and everything in the entire state of Washington was booked out at the state parks. And that's unusual. I've never had an issue getting something booked a couple of months out. So I ended up just booking some more, normal camping where we'll take the trailer and, go do some fishing and explore the sites, explore the town, that kind of stuff. I find it cheaper than the hotel. And the one thing about the dispersed camping for me, which can be hard, is I have my show dogs. And so not only am I dispersed camping, but I have to have a setup for my 5 dogs. And then we have Chris's dog along with us. So if I rotate around here, you can see that these guys are kind of hanging out at camp. I got a nice canopy for them in case we get some shade. I got to keep them cool, just like I got to keep myself cool. They've got water, and they've got their little pens, and then they get to go for little walks out here. This is a nice little spot. We got the table set up, and over here is obviously a lot of dispersed sites. A lot of people have already built a nice little fire pit. If not, I also have this pretty cool little fire pit that I use. Wasn't very expensive, but I like about it is I've got a grill and I can go ahead and cook on that. Just get the coals going, and it's got a nice lid. Right here, not much, your standard tent. I do like to have a nice air mattress because when you get a little bit older, I don't want to sleep on the ground anymore. So dispersed camping. When we talk about dispersed camping, I'm out in the national forest. National forest land is often open for dispersed camping. You have to follow the regulations. Anytime you disperse camp, you want to make sure that any trash you bring with you, that you take it back, leave it cleaner than you found it. These are actually first come, first serve. So I knew that this area had dispersed camping. I hadn't camped up here before, so several weeks ago we took a drive up to this area. And I'm on the backside of Mount St. Helens. It's called the Gifford Picknot National Forest. And there were plenty of sites along the way. And I chose this one, just wanted to check it out. It's also across from a really nice hiking trail across the street. Um, I won't be able to do the trail. I have done it before. It's really cool. It goes all the way up to a lake and there's a waterfall and it's just gorgeous. But I get to hike around here a little bit. And the reason I say that is I'm just 2 months out from my back surgery. So this is my first outing and I'm just kind of taking it easy. Other things for dispersed camping is sometimes they do have ban on fires. It's going to happen. It happens in the campground. So check the website, checked on the way up here. We had no bans. What kind of stuff do I like to bring with me? Well, again, this is dispersed camping. There are no bathrooms. So you have a couple of choices. You can either, dig yourself a hole, take your, take and walk out into the woods and find yourself to go to the bathroom. Or I have a very small porta potty. It's just not very big. I put a trash bag in there, use it. I will dig a hole, dump the liquids. The rest of it goes in another sack, goes with me, and then goes to a garbage can. There's no water out here. Now, if you're on a place where there's a creek, we have a creek not too far from us, but it is about a half a mile a walk. So if you want to tote water back and forth and use, one of those filter systems, if you're drinking it, or just regular cooking water, you have that option. What I have is we're not staying super long, so I've got this 5-gallon container, and that is good for cooking. It's good for drinking. It's good for dog water. It's good for washing hands. No showers out here. I've got a new bottle that I'm going to review, and it's actually a combination of, you can use it as hiking, and it's got a system on it to drink out of. It's got another system on it where you can use it to rinse off. I think it's going to be a great option for backpacking, and I'm really excited about what that's going to bring. But I brought that so I might, wash my hair a little bit later, and it's looking forward to that. No showers, so you're pretty much bringing everything with you. Now, if there's a fire ban, most places still allow you to cook. So if you have a little camp stove, propane bottle, they work great. Or you can just bring cold stuff. I've got a couple of coolers. They hold ice really well. I'll probably do some reviews on them because I've really been impressed with them as well. The ice is great. It's still pretty much in the cube. Put it in there yesterday, no problems. Everything's cold. Anytime I've used these, I've gotten a good 4 or 5 days out of them, no problem. So I also bring bottled water, drinks. I cook the food here. I'll throw some pictures in of some stuff we did earlier. Dispersed camping, where can you find it? Well, again, Bureau of Land Management, or BLM Land, often does it. National Forests. Those are good places to start. There are some places on Facebook that people will talk about dispersed camping, but they're not really want to give up their honey holes or their spots. So, they might point you in a good direction as to where to find some stuff, and you got to look and do it yourself. Like me, I did some reconnaissance, like these are a couple spots, these look good, we're going to give them a try. And I'm really happy with this site. Looking forward to, got some nice trees around, putting a hammock up and giving that a shot. So that's what I wanted to talk about dispersed camping, especially, if you got dogs, make sure you got their food, water. You need food, water, your clothes, any creature comforts. There is actually no self-service out here whatsoever. So if you're going by yourself, or you've got some, kind of tell people where you're going, when you're going to come back, make sure you're safe that way. I am out in the forest. We do have to watch out for animals. I know that there are bears in this area, but this area gets used quite a bit. I can see there's several little campsites around here. I doubt I'm going to see too many of them. Heard a few noises in the middle of the night. Mostly, no big deal. You can always pack yourself some bear spray if you're worried about it. The hike to the creek was great. I'm going to show a little footage of that. The creek, I can see that this area is going to be loaded with huckleberries, which are going to be coming up in August. This might be a place I might want to come down and try to pick some. So yeah, it's a great little spot. I'm going to go up here behind me, just kind of give you a tour. And there is absolutely nothing behind us but complete forest. I will say, though, the one thing, the mosquitoes are kind of kicking our butts right now. So if you're out here, bring some sort of repellent unless they don't like you. I know they like me a lot. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. It's pretty short. Just wanted to give you my take. And there's, like I said, all kinds of different setups. We've got our neighbor over there brought their little trailer. And yeah, there's a couple spots that are close in. Dispersed, you can usually be away from your neighbors. I don't mind them. They're pretty nice people. And so it's good, All right, well, take care and thank you. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button. I plan on putting out some more content.